Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I am an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you'd like to know more about my knitwear designs, please check in the description below, and there you'll find a link to my Ravelry store where you can see all the patterns and all the designs I have made, possibly get a copy so you can knit one up for yourself. Also in the description below, you will find a link to the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group. I'd love to have you come on over and join up. It is a place where we can continue the conversation that we start here on the YouTube channel. Of course, I love chatting with everyone in the comments, but you can do fun things like share pictures on Facebook. And so it kind of goes back and forth. If you want to talk to me or anything like that, comments, Facebook, Ravelry, where have you, I'd love to hear from you and see what you are working on if you're knitting one of my patterns. Today, it's the beginning-ish of October, and I wanted to do a little bit of a vlog. I haven't done one in a while, catch you up on what's going on and what might be coming up. We are in, I think I mentioned this before, the new house. This house is hopefully going to be where I am for quite some time, years and years and years. I'm working on, I know there's a lot of space behind me. I am working on something to make it a little less overwhelming. I ordered something that I'm super excited about that should help, but it is on back order until November. So you're going to have to wait a little, I'm going to have to wait a little longer for that, but hopefully when I get it set up, y'all will like it. Things have been a little crazy around here over the last week. My son has been sick and he's at the stage where he can't go back to school, but he can come in every 25 minutes and be like, "So Mom, what are we gonna do?" So I've been snatching the time here and there to get the things I need to get done. One thing, I mentioned the Facebook group, and one thing I want to talk about right off the bat is something, it's an idea I bounced off the wall in the Facebook group, and it seemed to go over fairly well, so I think we are going to go ahead, bite the bullet, and do it. This is one of those impulse things that I have these ideas, and I'm like, hey, maybe I should do that, and we'll see if it works. So there is something that happens on the internet. I believe it started on Reddit. They call it Ask Me Anything, AMA. And what it is people go like on Reddit, which is like a big forum, and people can ask them whatever question they want to, and the person will do the best to answer, you know, if it's appropriate. And I thought that it would be fun to do sort of a variant on that. So it's like the Ask Me Anything knitting edition, and to make it super fun, what I think would be really cool, because I mean, you could ask me questions anywhere. You could ask them in the comments, you can ask them on Facebook, you can ask them on Ravelry, you can ask them on Instagram, and trying to collect all those questions into one spot and make sure I don't miss anything would be really a significant challenge. So what I want to do is have y'all actually take a pencil or a pen. Actually, you want to see my super cute pen? Look. I actually have some super cute pencil too. They're silly. But actually take a pen or a pencil or writing instrument of your choice and apply it to paper and write me a question. Okay? Now, I had to think about how to do this, and what I really think would be super fun is if y'all sent me postcards. That is the cheapest thing that you can put a stamp on. Postcard stamps are still cheaper than regular stamps, and that also means you don't have to write some big long, because I know facing a big page of stationery trying to figure out what to say can be really daunting. So what I would like y'all to do is, if you have a question for me, preferably knitting related, but if you want to ask something about my personal knitting experiences, I will do my best. I might have to draw the lines if anybody gets any particularly crazy, but I will do my best. So send me a postcard with your question on it. Now, I actually, since I moved here to Florida, have gotten a P.O. box. And this is one of the reasons why I think we can do this, because I don't have any problem making my P.O. box available in general. So check in the description below and I will have my P.O. box address. So if you would like to ask me a knitting related question, then put it down on a postcard and mail it to Barbara Benson at the post office box address in the description below. And make sure, however you sign it, is however you want me to address you. If you want to use your Ravelry handle, if you want to use your YouTube name, definitely don't put your real name on it if you don't want me to read it, okay? But I thought that would be super fun. And then hopefully I will start getting some of these questions and I will collect them once we determine what's a good quantity and have an entire video where I answer questions. And if I get enough questions, maybe we can do it once a month. It could be super fun. And I will get postcards because I love postcards. And frankly, the sillier, the better. I was once visiting a yarn store in Ohio, and the lovely, lovely woman that I stayed with took me to this amazing grocery store called Jungle Gyms. And first you're like, what? Amazing grocery store? Like, you came and visited, but you just would not believe the grocery store. And this grocery store had postcards. That is how amazing this grocery store is. So if there is anything particularly peculiar or weird or funny about where you live, and frankly, I'm fairly confident there is. I mean, if you live down the street from the world's largest ball of twine, that would be fantastic. But send me a postcard with your question on it, and hopefully I will be able to answer these questions. So if you think I'm crazy, let me know in the comments below. So that was my first point of business. So we're doing the Ask Me Anything Knitters edition, and I look forward to getting mail. And I really just, you know, want stuff in my P.O. box because I go and check it and it's empty. It's sad. But I don't want you to like kill because I only bought the little ones. So I don't want a whole bunch of stuff in there. I got like this. I didn't get the tiny one. I got like the medium one. I had to get one big enough for a knit crate to go into. Speaking of knit crate, I actually have done the drawings and emailed the winners of the September knit crate. So if you are one of the 2 people that was selected by the random thing, you should have an email. If you were not one of the 2 people selected, watch for my October unboxing. It should be coming up soon and you have another chance. Now, what is the number 2 thing I wanted to talk about? Woohoo! Speaking of, one of the primary reasons that I got my P.O. box, and actually, so I can actually show this to you. See, the P.O. box is on my package. So I received this package and I thought I'd open up super quick here from the folks at Bijou Basin Ranch. I am very excited. They asked me if I wanted to do another swatch reviewy thingy. Look at me getting ready to cut this open, and it's got the perforated zip thing. Let's see if it actually works. It's working! Let's see. So they sent me some yarn to play with. Let's see what we got. Ooh. It's blue tissue paper. We're so excited. I was like, I didn't think I asked for blue, but I was ready to be excited about blue, but it's tissue paper. Here, I'm making all kinds of noise from my mic. Here we go. We got, and last time I did this, I messed up. Whoop. I dropped it. Oh my goodness. Why can't I pick this up? Whoop, here I am. So Bijou Bastion Rants. They have super cool yaki type things is their main thing, but they have other things. Ooh. Oh, they sent me a to-do pad. That is very good. I shall write on it, knit with Bijou Bastion Rants yarn, because what I'll need to do is a swatch lab. If you haven't seen any of my swatch labs, I'll link to them in the description below. It's where I take a yarn and run it through its paces, do a little lace, do a little cables, do a little texture, see what it's like, and then I block it so that we can know how it behaves. What else? Oh, gave me a lovely stitch marker. Oh, this one's great. Look at this sticker. I got to make sure I don't let my son see that one. He is hysterical. Oh my goodness. Quality exotic yarns and fibers. And that is one of the interesting things. And what one of these yarn is, they started off, I believe, with the mostly yak action, but they've branched out into more other interesting non-sheep based fibers. So pretty. A lot of tissue paper. Maybe they've watched me do these unboxings. They're like, let's make her unwrap it like 600. There we go. Look at that. Oh, and it looks gorgeous with this teal. Look how beautiful that is. It's like, when they asked me about it and I looked at the pictures online, I was like, that looks like liquid gold. Look how beautiful that is. This is Bijou Spun Gobi, and it is 65% silk and 35% baby camel. I have never really knit with camel before, so this is going to be new for me. It is unbelievably soft. Just right off the bat. This is, oh, so soft. Ooh, super soft. So this is gorgeous. It's got some variation, a little bit of like a haze of red going on in certain places, which gives it a really, it's not just a solid, it's more of a semi. It's got a little bit of variation, which makes it, that's one of the wonderful things about a hand-dyed yarn. It's just gorgeous. Let's see what we've got here. It is 435 yards in 3.45 ounces. That makes it a fingering weight yarn. Hand wash, cool, dry, flat, Elbert, Colorado. So they haven't moved since last time. It's just beautiful. I will definitely have more information on this when I go through it in the swatch lab after I put it through its paces. It's going to take me a little while because I really like to work with the yarn a bit before I give y'all my impression of the actual yarn. But at first blush, what's not to like? Okay. Had one more thing I wanted to show y'all. So this is a finished project. Well, it's a finished project remnant. So I've been carrying this around for about a month and a half working on it. And it is a new shawl, even though it doesn't look like it, that I will be releasing next week. So keep an eyeball out for it. And obviously I'll do a pattern tour for it. There's secrecy here, so I can't tell you exactly what it is or whose yarn I used or any of those kind of things, but I thought I could show you the colors. Ooh, ooh, I'm so excited about this. These are my leftovers. And they're so beautiful. It's soft yarn. As you can see, it's slightly heavier weight, but the details will be forthcoming next week. These are what's left over. And you're like, wow, that might be a little bit more yarn than you would expect. And that's something I'll tell you, I think I've mentioned it here before. When I design, I do all my math based on how much yarn is supposed to be in the skein. So if it's supposed to be 100 gram skein, the first thing I do when I start, I roll it up in a ball and I weigh it and I figure out if it's over or under. Most of the time, if it's off at all, it's going to be over. Dyer's err on the side of generosity. So then I have to make sure I take that into consideration, because if it's 10 grams over, 5 grams over, if I use up every inch of that yarn, then someone who gets what it's actually supposed to be is going to run out of yarn. So then when I do my math, I actually do my math based on 90% of that yarn, because I design shawls predominantly. And I know a lot of y'all don't like to swatch to get gauge. It's just one of those things. I mean, please let me know in the comments if you're one of the people who doesn't like to swatch. I'm pretty sure you're out there. So if I'm supposed to have 100 grams, I design for 90 grams, because I want you to have wiggle room. I want you to have the space to relax on your gauge and maybe not quite hit things dead on. So these are my leftovers for the new project. I'm super excited about it. This is going to tell you absolutely nothing, but here are some, maybe told you a little bit. Make it go super fast. I can also show you, I used a needle. What size needle, you might ask? A 9. So those are your hints. 3 colors of yarn, size 9 needle. There's a chart. I know, I'm being sneaky. If you like sneak peeks like that, one of the other places that you can get that is, have you signed up for my newsletter? I don't mention it often, but I thought I would. In the description below, you will find a link to my newsletter that I usually only send out once or twice a month. I've kind of fallen behind on it with the move getting a little bit crazy, but I definitely, if you want to be notified whenever I put out a brand new pattern, sign up for my newsletter. Also, my newsletter is, let's just say you get special codes in the newsletter that might possibly save you some money. It is a possibility. I don't usually send out, I don't in general do sales. I try to reserve that for the people who subscribe to my newsletter. So check in the description below if you're interested in that. So that is my vlog for this month. And hopefully that gives you some things to anticipate. Seeing me knit up this gorgeous yarn and see how it performs. And I really look forward to getting questions via super fancy postcards. And by super fancy, I mean not fancy at all. And I have a shawl coming out next week, so watch for that. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, click that like button, and if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. Thank you so much.